We've got an epic lineup today, actually, a very epic lineup. We are introducing Kick Talk to the Latin American Spanish-speaking community represented by Spreen and Coscu. It's going to be awesome. Hola! Yes, I'm practicing my Spanish. We have got Entxurage from Regiment GG. Regiment is America's largest military gaming community. They've been founded in 2020 with an explicit mission of uniting veterans and service members of the U.S. Armed Forces through the power of gaming. Really looking forward to speaking with Entxurage. He has been supporting Kick for an incredibly long time. Absolute legend. Regiment is also massively involved with Kick, have been supporting it since day dot. You know, great guests to have on board. Andrew, I'll probably hand it over to you for more of the introduction here. You're the master of ceremonies in that sense.
Yeah, no, man, you were doing perfect, man. You were doing perfect. And it's good to see you again, episode 17, man. But yeah, you're nailing it about Regiment, man. Like, and they keep doing it. They're about to do a tournament, an Apex Legends tournament, November 11th for Veterans Day over here in the States. These guys are a major supporters of vets in the United States. They are the largest stream team that's out there, man. I mean, their Discord has like 30,000 people. These guys support each other. A real quick story about my experience with them. I had the opportunity of joining their Discord group. Every Thursday night, they raid into other vets' channels, right? So every Thursday night, they all come together and they just go from vet to vet to vet, and they just go in and gas up newcomers that come to Regiment. And it's really cool to see, and you kind of see how much it means to each one of these vets as, you know, they kind of retire from service, or they've been discharged, or they've found Regiment GG. So it's a really cool brotherhood, man. These guys also created like a Kick Regiment jersey that's out there. And it has sold like gangbusters, and we don't dip in those proceeds, man. Like, those proceeds go towards their efforts and their charities. So between their tournaments that we front page, them coming over from other platforms where they were massively successful. And then the other thing is these guys are always next to us at DreamHacks. So they always have a booth, but between their booth and our booth, it's just like it's a big party, man. So, but yeah, let me just drag in Entxurage, man, and get this thing going, man. Entxurage, you there, man?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, man. I think your camera's off.
Yeah, it's because I got moved.
Oh man, he's out in West Coast right now. Are you in Vegas, man? Or are you in California?
Vegas, unfortunately. Hold on, it's not letting me turn my camera on. Give me a second.
Why is Vegas, unfortunately? Vegas is a good place, though. Everyone raves about it.
Yeah, man, Vegas is a good time.
I think I like blackjack too much. Give me 1 sec, guys. I just have to reset my app and let me turn it on.
That's right. No rush.
No rush. Yeah, but these guys have been highly supportive of us, man.
Dude, they moved. Like, I know a bunch of them moved over. Like, it would have been like when Kick had maybe like, I don't know. It was like early. It was like 2022, right?
Yeah, man. They were part of phase 2. So Not only did they move their entire stream team over, like, we signed Crow Gaming, Moosey, Curiosity Kills, and Graves. So they were four of their vets were part of the phase 2 movement. And so we got a lot of notes from them about how to build a stream team here, the things that they wanted to see. So it was just a good dynamic to have them come on and be like, hey man, you know, if you make a stream team page, this is kind of what you want to be doing. But Entxurage, we've learned so much from you, man. It's I want to introduce you to Eddie, man. It's a good. Both you guys, I think, would vibe. You guys have a lot in common, man.
Cool, pleasure, brother. Nice to meet you.
Incredible to meet you too. Thank you so much for coming on. Again, obviously, we're incredibly familiar with Regiment and everything you guys do, but having you come on personally and jump on Kick Talk is going to be great. Hey man, I've got like 2 real quick questions for you, and then kind of hand it straight on over for any kind of questions you got for Kick and how we can most importantly support you guys and what you're doing. Again, I think what you guys represent, everything about Regiment, it's just all in all one of those. Something it's just great, right? It really is in every aspect, and anything Kick can do to kind of get behind you guys and support you, I'd love to hear about it. But with that being said, what is kind of Regiment GG's origin story? I know you guys founded it back in 2020, I believe, right? But like, how did it come to be? Because it's such an amazing idea, honestly. Like, it's such a great idea. What happened?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Regiment's an amazing thing. Unfortunately, its origins come from kind of an unfortunate story. Back in 2020, I was getting ready to transition out of the Marine Corps, out of the military back to civilian life. And I was on the phone, with one of the guys that I deployed with, essentially having that hard conversation. I was talking about a suicide. Did a lot of, presentations, classes, courses like that for suicide prevention. At that point in time, never really had to put it into actual use in an actual crisis intervention situation. Backtrack, sitting there talking, one of my buddies had a suicide and I asked him the question. I'm like, they always say to be very direct, don't beat around the bush. So I asked him, like, why do you want to kill yourself? And his answer just, it was like a little light bulb moment in my head. He told me ever since he got out the Marines, he felt alone. He felt lost. He's at his new civilian job and he'll crack a joke and everyone's looking at him like, what the heck is wrong with this guy? But, he'll say that same joke in a room full of, other vets, other service members, people that get it. And we're all sitting there giggling like schoolgirls and stuff. It's just that conversation, it put me in a bad place because that individual is just one of the guys you look to, like when, shit hits the fan. Am I allowed to curse? I have a potty mouth.
You can 100% say whatever.
Okay. I was making sure. When like shit hits the fan, that's the guy you look at and you're like, he has the answers. Now that same guy is, he's at the end and he wants to kill himself. So, someone that's like good to go and squared away and, always had the answers is at that point, like it makes me feel like, what if I get to that point? What if another one of my friends gets to that point? I just kind of took my two things I care about, my 2 passions, 2 hobbies, gaming and the military, and they had a baby and it's called Regiment now.
Hey, that's awesome. I guess like you mentioned there, being, deployed, being, in active service for whether it's, even a few years up into over 10 or even more, right? And then coming back to civilian life, that transition, I take it, would be incredibly hard. Just like going from what is an absolutely different world to a standard sort of, everyday job where you kind of don't have that same level of camaraderie. I guess it like you said, but like your friend mentioned, it's lonely, right? And I guess it's difficult to sometimes end up sort of integrating into what is the, people who haven't had that same experience throughout their whole life. So I know I'm not obviously a vet by any means, but I can imagine that, it must be, an incredibly tough sort of thing coming out of something out for so long and trying to adapt to that everyday life. But what you then created, though, I guess, is the perfect opportunity for people to kind of hang out together. Because I guess it's quite hard to kind of get everyone together, I guess, frequently. But gaming is the perfect mean almost to go, hold on a second, we can hang out on Discord, we can hang out playing games, and be able to crack those same jokes that other people aren't going to get. And I take it, the amount of, if you look at it from just like that broad level perspective of why you started it, I'm sure the amount of lives you subsequently saved or at least incredibly improved, it would be a huge testament to what you guys stand for and what you're supporting.
Yeah, definitely. And, to get back to what you were saying, it doesn't matter if you did like 4 years or 30 years. When you leave the service, when you separate, you feel something, because you wake up, you go to work, you're there with your brothers, your sisters, you go home, you go back to the barracks, you're still there with your brothers and sisters, you go out after work, you're there with your brothers and sisters. You have 4 years or 30 years of doing that consecutively, almost every single day. And then one day you just wake up and you're like, wow, you're back at like mommy's or daddy's house, and you're just like, what do I do now? That's kind of what a lot of vets struggle with, I think, is, what's next? Cause losing that sense of purpose and everything, it hits hard, so it's kind of hard to find a new sense of purpose and just, a new passion after you separate.
I guess it's almost like, I assume that the job is one thing, right? But that camaraderie and the people you work with, that's probably what take it the hardest bit to walk away from when you leave active service. It's just that is your life. That's your world, right? Like you said, that your brothers, your sisters, and going away and kind of leaving them, it's like almost kind of like leaving a family, right? I'm just trying to better understand it, but that it sounds like it's what you've now put together is essentially this family that lives outside of the barracks, lives outside of active duty, lives outside of being deployed, and can allow you to still hold on to that friendship, hold on to that camaraderie outside of, I guess, it's been done before, but doing it with, through a gaming organization, that's just incredible, because that transcends, having to, it just transcends so many barriers that make it so difficult to meet up and continue to talk and speak with people. I don't know. I just think in terms of initiatives and what you're doing there, it just sounds absolutely, again, incredible. And I think, just based on that story you mentioned about how you founded it, I just can't help but think the amount of people you must have, subsequently helped out.
Yeah, and I think you hit it on the head. A big thing I like to say about the military, like when I separated, I miss the monkeys, not the circus. The military, the Marine Corps saved my life. Growing up as a kid, especially in high school, I was doing stupid shit. If it wasn't for the military, I wouldn't be as successful as I am. I would have went down a different path. So the Marine Corps definitely saved my life, but at the end of the day, it has its flaws, its pros and cons to anything. My biggest thing is, I miss the people more than I miss the actual, thing.
Talking about people, how many veterans is there currently in Regiment GG?
Yeah, it's a little over 70,000. I want to say 71,000. I could be a little off with that just because we're actually partnered with the VA, the Department of Veterans Affairs. So it's pretty much the organization that you go to get your disability benefits, healthcare, all that fun stuff. So they sent out an email about us to about 13, I believe it's about 13 million veterans last Wednesday. So we're still having a lot trickle in from that,
Well, is this quite a recent thing, this official partnership between the VA and you guys?
Yeah, so we've been working with them for about, a year and a half. What we do is every Thursday, similar to the community meetings that he mentioned, the VA will send in a representative, and they'll do live Q&As in our Discord server. So, there's a stigma on the VA that the VA doesn't care, the VA sucks, this and that. Nothing in life is perfect. They're trying, and by utilizing our Discord as a way to reach the younger demographic of veterans, specifically post 9/11, it's helping them. We've had dozens of testimonials from service members and veterans in there just saying, wow, I didn't know this was a benefit. I didn't know that I earned that. I didn't know that I could do this. And they're getting all this knowledge just by being a part of Regiment Gaming and by listening to these webinars, seminars, these Q&As, these presentations in our Discord server. So it's more than just gaming. Obviously Regiment Gaming is the name of the company. It's the foundation, the core of it. But we help with benefits. We also have an outdoors program, Regiment Outdoors. So, we help veterans get outdoors because, I'm a realistic person. I understand sitting on your butt for hours and hours on end, twiddling your thumbs is not the healthiest thing. So that's why we have other programs. Recently we just worked at the Georgia Aquarium, and we helped, I think it was about 8 veterans and a +1 go to the Georgia Aquarium, and they did a deep dive of whale sharks. Me personally, I'm not swimming no whale sharks, but the videos and pictures I saw, those guys and girls had a blast. So gaming is how it started, but we're definitely trying to expand and just more ways we can reach more veterans. That's the goal.
So I'm going a bit off my previous question. I've got a couple more coming up here, if that's all good. But is this just the US currently, or are you kind of looking across the different nations as well, or?
Yeah, that's a great question. Currently, it's only U.S. due to verification purposes. We require everyone to verify their service through a variety of secure methods when they join our organization. With that being said, there's different methods for Canadian military, British military, Australian military. So at the moment, we're only U.S. for verification purposes. But anyone is more than welcome to kind of join the server, smoke and joke, hang out, play some games, all that stuff. But as for our, big tournaments, all the giveaways we do, special events, that's exclusive to verified U.S. military only. But like I said, anyone can just kind of join the Discord and just hang out and play some games.
That's awesome. What the amount of work involved in that when you're dealing with 71,000 people, not to mention when you've got the whole entire VA behind you, advertise I assume the staff involved and the people helping out and the volunteers. It's this is a serious organization, a huge organization. It's again, I can only begin to imagine how much work goes into maintaining something as large as this and taking it even beyond gaming, as you mentioned, into the more real world. That's awesome, man. It's insane. Massive props. I think again, I can't talk this up enough. Just in terms of initiatives, there isn't anything quite like it out there.
Yeah, not at all. I got one real quick question for you, Entourage. Is so when dealing with the PTSD that you guys are accommodating, right, and helping out, it's different out in public, right? Out in public, when you're face to face with someone who has PTSD, I think people are a little bit more caring. I think in general, online, people are keyboard warriors and people have the safety of anonymity. People can be brutal, man. So what's the best etiquette in talking with service members and what vice versa when people run across people who are hating on you guys or supporting you guys and may not fully understand what you guys are coming from? How do you navigate the online world with all of that noise and how do you it's different than in person, right? People are brutal.
Yeah, you hit it on the head there, man. Keyboard warriors. I've been doing this for a long time. Started Regiment about 4 years ago. Prior to that, I played twiddle my thumbs, sat on my butt for a living, played professionally. So I've been in this industry for a long time. With that being said, I have a lot of people that love and respect me, and I also have a lot of people that hate me. Some people have valid reasons. A lot of them have, stupid reasons. With that being said, I get a lot of death threats. I get death threats probably once a week. Dealing with 70,000 people, I'm not going to be able to please everyone. My staff's not going to be able to please anyone. If my staff does something that an individual doesn't like, it's automatically my fault. Eddie, you get it. Something happens on kick, it's Eddie's fault. Meanwhile, you're probably in bed sleeping when it happened. So dealing with it, man, me personally, I drown out the noise. If you say something to me online, I don't care. If you say something to me in face, it's a little different. It really hasn't happened, especially in this industry, at least. We go to all these gaming conventions and it's just keyboard warriors, it's just people online. But if you ever do encounter a veteran that, is going through something in crisis, dealing with PTSD, the biggest thing, my best piece of advice, just be there for them. Just genuinely and organically, just be there for them. Let them know you care. You don't got to say anything you don't got to apologize to them. You don't got to say anything like that. Just be like, it's all right, man, I'm here for you. Just listen. Sometimes, you can save a life just by sitting there and keeping your mouth shut and just keeping your ears open.
Well said, man.
Entourage, did you have some questions maybe for us and what we can do as Kick to support you guys again and just anything in general, I guess?
Yeah, I did have a idea or suggestion. I don't know if this is something you guys have in the works, but for organizations, communities like the ones, like Regiment, I think this would be great. So a stream team function. Right? Are you familiar with other platforms and stuff do something similar like that? Yeah. I think a stream team function would be huge for several reasons. For example, how we speak about how at the end of our community meetings, we try to find other veterans and we give them a raid. So that allows communities like myself to have this one page where we have all of our members. We have tens of thousands or thousands, however many of our memberships on Kick. One, it allows us to track how many people we have in the platform. Two, it allows us to easily distinguish, okay, this guy's a member, he's a veteran, he's a service member, let's go in there and show him some love. I think that would be amazing. And another add-on that I haven't seen another thing that I think would kind of tie into this that I don't think any other platforms have done. This is actually a suggestion from my CEO, Andrew. A lot of Andrews out here today. Like an org badge next to like the streamer's name. How like you have like, and this obviously wouldn't be for every org under the sun, just maybe the T1, maybe dip it into tier 2 orgs. Let's say FaZe, for example, right? Like if Lacey or whoever is like in a chat, instead of having like a little check mark next to his name, he has the FaZe logo. That could be.
It almost supersedes the check mark kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And it also, helps promote the org and the platform and all that fun stuff. That's something I've never seen on a platform. And I think that could help stand out a lot, especially like, when we have like these communities, whether you want to keep this exclusive to tier 1, tier 2 orgs, or if there's something we kind of open the floodgates and there's like an application process or like the average Joe running like a org with 10 members can kind of apply or something like that.
Yeah. No, that could be really cool actually, because if it is, like you said, as long as it's, kept relatively, again, we wouldn't just want, teams being made and then the badges supplied. That gets a bit ridiculous. But if there's a level of entry, right, and then you maybe sort of also make it so, for example, for that badge, you need to be verified or something just to ensure that it doesn't end up leading to bad actors or anything of such, right? Yeah. I think if we add the relevant sort of guidelines around it, that could that could be really cool, actually. From a technical perspective, the complexities associated with that is not crazy. And yeah, like you said, it hasn't been done before. But in terms of general stream teams, I think, it's something we haven't yet started work on. But I think there's a heap of demand for that. Big initiative of ours is to ensure that, viewers have kind of, more to watch, right? And the idea of them having more to watch is being able to obviously create the discoverability between channels that they're going to be interested in, right? If they're interested in one regiment streamer, the chances are they're probably going to have a lot of in common with another regiment streamer, right? Or if they're looking for any type of specific stream and they're able to easily find more people of that genre or that caliber, then of course I think it'd be great. The only thing I'm thinking of, how do you manage 70,000 people in a stream team? Like how would you that's a lot of people. Is there a cap on other platforms or?
Hey, real quick, I got kind of a loose idea around that, and I don't, not committing anything or anything like that, but we have these categories that we've been throwing up. We did one for DreamHack, and then we are doing one for Next Up right now, which is Sam Pepper's activation. And I think his activation is right now number 7 on the platform, Eddie. So let's say you click, if you go to the homepage and you click on Next Up, it takes you to that category, right? And it has all the channels there already, right?
Yeah. You could have a stream team section.
Exactly. But all you do is make a category and then you give these guys a link to each one of their profiles, just like you have with just chatting or with anything else. But I think the key here, man, is when you go to that category, let's say you go to Next Up and you have all the streams, right? But you have a master window that is showing the top stream, right? And you can click around and it keeps bringing up that window. It just shows whatever video you click on, right? It's similar to what we have on the front page.
Oh, like the carousel right now. So basically you end up getting for example, you go to regiment and then you just switch through them real quickly, obviously kind of know exactly what's going on.
It's security cam viewfinders, man. And it's so you click on regiment, the category regiment or whatever, you have all the regiment streamers up there, and then you can click through and it just brings it up on the main window next in the category.
From a technical perspective, that could reuse a lot of the coding that's been done for how we do category. It couldn't be its own category because obviously you want to be able to still be in your category, right? Like if you're playing Black Ops 6 or you're playing, Off the Grid or whatever game you're playing, right? You want to be in that category so you get that visibility. But this could be another layer of visibility in the sense it's not just Yeah, it has to be different to a category because you still want your visibility there. But then you create like this other section for visibility, like the stream team visibility, right? Which could be really cool, utilizing that same sort of component that we currently have on the homepage just to create that instant viewership, right? So you don't have to like click around too much and just make it super easy. Because obviously anyone viewing that stream team, that they're going to want to obviously watch people real quickly. They've already made up their mind that they want to be there. The homepage you've got to be a little bit more careful with because we're not quite sure if that's what people want to watch. But if they're already, in that section or that group, then yeah, I think there's something there. I think I look at stream teams as one of those features, and again, using Twitch as the easy example here, right? I think they've kind of built it and then never touched it for like 10 years or 5 years. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
I think there's so much to expand on. At the end of the day, what live streaming is, what gaming is really, it's all about community. It's about people who game together. It's about friends who hang out in groups, right? And being able to kind of expand on that function just from a product perspective. I think there's a lot there, right? A lot that could be done. The badge idea though, I really like the badge idea. I think that's something people would wear proudly, right? And I think people would be more likely to like join other people's chats, like, talk in their chats, represent the badge, obviously represent, help out other people, part of their team or part of their group, whether it's regiment or the likes of the phase clans of these worlds. I think that's awesome. The badge idea, I think that's super simple to technically create. You'll just kind of almost supersede the verified badge, and you just got the option. You could choose between the verified badge or your team badge, depending on which one you want to show. And then that kind of just says, hey, look, I'm a verified streamer, but here's what which team I represent. That I don't know, that's awesome. That's really cool. I think we could pull out. Do you have any other suggestions for how to make that? Because again, I don't think there's any stream teams out there with 70,000 members. So if we're going to get advice off anyone, it's going to be you right now.
Yeah, I would say for something like that, due to communities size of like us, there would have to be some sort of limit and like expectation. So for example, maybe it's only the individuals that are verified. Maybe at the organization level, like at my level, you give me X amount, maybe you give me 10 people to give this to, maybe you give me 20 people to give it to. There definitely has to be a limit, because, let's be real. The main way to join a regiment is by serving, right? The military does background checks. They do all that stuff. Unfortunately, realistic person, just because you're in the military doesn't mean you're a good person. So I wouldn't want brand new guy coming into regiment having this badge right away. So there definitely has to be some sort of, exclusivity to it, whether it's, at our level where we handpick these people, or if it's just like the verified aspect of things. It definitely has to be monitored somehow, because I can definitely see that some organizations can kind of shoot themselves in the foot if we're not kind of capping it in a sense.
No, that's a real good point. Even if, say, they're verified on Kick, that still wouldn't be enough. Obviously, you'd only, for your sake of your brand and what regiment represents, you want to be sure, hold on a second, this person here is going to, not be, again, like you said, I'm sure vast majority of people are fine, but all it takes is one person to accidentally, end up sort of, detrimental to the brand, right? So no, that makes perfect sense. So just some basic administrative tools around not only kind of who can be accepted into it, but who wears the badge and how to kind of distribute that. Again, it would be reusing the same logic of how we, handle sub badges, how we handle, the VIP badge, the OG badges we already have. So a lot of that's already built out in terms of technology. So yeah, definitely not unreasonable.
Yeah, no, I love that. Yeah.
We're sorry, guys. We got about 5 more minutes before we bring in Coscu and Spreen. But I just wanted to pivot really quick to your guys' Apex tournament that's coming up. Also, guys, in chat, we have pinned the Regiment GG kick link. If you guys want to go over there, they're actually streaming right now. Regiment GG has a pretty steady
right now off the grid.
Yeah. They have a pretty steady stream. And everything that these guys get in subs go towards helping vets out. The tournament on November 11th with Apex Legends. Please hit Entxurage up. Please hit these guys up. We're going to be front paging that tournament all day long. I think you guys have like a $5,000 prize pool. But all the donations, all the subs go towards taking care of vets, the American Legion. But Entxurage, if you want to gas the channel up a little bit more and gas what you guys are doing with Apex Legends, the floor is yours, man.
Yeah, certainly. So our kick channel, we call it TFR, Task Force Regiment. And essentially it's about every 2 hours, we have a different military veteran or service member rotate onto our channel. So it's awesome. I think the channel's live from about noon to close to midnight about every single day. And every day, every 2 hour block is a new veteran up there. So it's kind of a way for us to, one, showcase our veterans, and then two, for them to help, spread the word and amplify regiment as well. So shout out to all those people. If we were to have like the badge system or something like that, those are probably the individuals that we would hand select for the badge. As for the tournaments, we actually have 2 tournaments. So on Veterans Day weekend, on that Saturday, we're doing a $5,000 Apex Legends charity tournament. So 100% of the funds that we have for the prize pool and 100% of the funds that come in from crowdfunding donations in the chat, they're all going to the American Legion, which is an amazing nonprofit organization that does so much for veterans. We're proud to be partnered with them. So, right now we have about $5,000. We're trying to get it to about $10,000. So we'll see if that happens. But if not, $5,000 is a good amount of money. That'll help us with veterans a lot. And then also, this is something we haven't announced yet, but I guess I'll kind of announce it now. So Aiden Ross actually agreed to give us $5,000 for a Call of Duty tournament. So shout out to Aiden Ross. I believe we're scheduling that for November 30th. That could go a little bit more to the right. But as of right now, it's going to be sometime in November. So that'll be a $5,000 Call of Duty tournament for veterans and service members, and that will be sponsored by Aiden Ross.
Hell yeah! I've just dropped by the stream just now. We've got an extra $1,000 right now on the stream. Let's get that to 10,000 right here, right now, Andrew. I think we let's make that happen. Let's commit to that. Let's get you guys to 10,000 for that upcoming tournament. And fucking huge shout out to Aiden as well for putting together another one for you guys. That's epic.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate that a lot, man.
Hey, I see what you're doing. Sorry, Entxurage. I see what you're doing, Eddie. Eddie just dropped 200 subs on the channel, the regiment channel, and then we're gonna get you guys to the 10,000 pool for that upcoming tournament, man. So
I think it's going to be even bigger than 10,000. So we got you 10,000 now. Yeah. It's still a time to grow as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, that's awesome. These kind of things are for kick, right? Like this is stuff we love getting behind, right? That's we talk about this to so many different creators. Like if we're able to kind of support any kind of events that bring people to the platform, it's a great opportunity for us. Not to mention the fact that this is combining what is incredible for the platform with what is an incredible organization as well. Then it's we're looking forward to supporting more and more of these as well. We'd be happy to get behind you guys anytime you ever feel like putting something on.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry, I'm like kind of speechless, but thanks, man. Like, I guess I know we're running low on time, so I guess I'll kind of leave it with, we've worked hand in hand with every single platform. I'm not going to name drop, but just think of one. We've had connections with them. We worked with them. They sucked. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them, either they really did not care or they would act like they cared and just kind of like brush us off when, push came to shove. But, man, with you guys, it's been amazing. It's been a pleasure. Ever since we've came on board with you guys through one of the programs, it's been great and we haven't looked back. So yeah, thank you so much. This was amazing.
Awesome. No, I think, it's great to obviously know fair few guys from Regiment, and the simple fact that you guys got behind Kick so early on as well, and the fact that we just really believe in what you're doing there. Entxurage, it'd be great if I could just add you in Discord as well. If you ever need anything from me, I'd be happy to help you guys out. Again, it's the least we can do. I'm just going to send you that right now. But yeah, no, it's really appreciate everything you guys have done for us, especially. It's a two-way street.
Cool. Well, yeah, thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. I'm actually in Vegas. I got to go run to one of our military conventions right now, but thank you guys.
Awesome. All right. Thanks heaps for coming on, Entxurage. Have an incredible weekend. Good luck at the convention.
Likewise. Thank you. Bye-bye.
See ya. That's awesome. Big shout out to Regiment. Big shout out to everyone part of Regiment. They got so many great streamers on here. Obviously, Crow first person comes to mind. Like there's so many people that have carried Kick from like day dot. I don't know. what an amazing guy. That's just, yeah, I think I feel like I'm just keep repeating myself, but in terms of like, what you can do and just ideas that just, super, impactful and make a difference. Like there really isn't, I don't know. It's just such an awesome idea. Getting people online, gaming together, something in common. Obviously, something is so difficult as transitioning to civilian life. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, and Panda Skills is on here too, man. That look, Moosey's on here, Graves is on here, Curiosity Kills. There's a lot of good people. Do Jarhead Live. There's a lot of good vets,
Jarhead,
and then I loved your point, man, about like, hey, man, have you spread this around globally? Because I mean, war affects all countries, man. Like 70% of the world, right? Like and war trauma is trauma. And I think that was a good shout to grow that commonality and support. So, and hey, Eddie, man, thanks for thanks for having a platform where I can suggest like, hey, why don't we have Regiment GG on and you not get like political about it? Like, I just want to call that out. Like, a good thing's just a good thing is a good thing, right?
How could you get political about something like that, right? Like at the end of the day, it's, yeah. Again, I maybe my understanding of politics is different here in Australia, but from what I understand, these guys are just doing an incredible thing. It's not about politics. It's about just doing what's right.
Yeah, man. For sure.
I'm not sure how it is overseas, but here in Australia, we we just respect people doing good things, looking out for fellow friends and colleagues, right? But yeah, hopefully Regiment ends up coming out here to Australia. Even I know a handful of people who have done active service, and again it's I've heard a bit about that transitioning, and it sounds hard coming to civilian life, and I think there are so much time and effort goes into trying to solve that problem, and I think getting behind games and like Discord and just building a community is just, I don't know, it's such an incredible idea. So I do hope that Entxurage and his team are able to bring this out to other countries, because like you said, it's just a fact of life that defense forces, armed forces, whatever, it's everywhere. So I think it's I think we've got obviously Coscu and Spreen up next, right?
Man, this is to switch gears, man, and that's what I love about Kick, man, is like, you guys know the LATAM community has fucking come through on Kick, man. And these two guys, along with Westcall, right? I want to give Westcall his props, but these two guys, Coscu and Spreen, Coscu Army is in the chat. I definitely see it. These guys have been streaming since 2012, man. And they just bring a different fucking energy. They bring like that Latino like swag, that attitude, that passion, right? Yes, North America is the English speaking market, MENA, all that stuff but the LATAM community, man, they're so passionate about the Kick platform and so excited about what it's been doing for the community that we had to bring Coscu on, we had to bring Spreen on. I'm just going to bring them on because you'll see immediately, man. It's just it's a different vibe. I just want to hang out and you'll see Spreen's room, Coscu's room, like they're to the nines, man. Like these guys.
I've known Coscu for a long time, right?
Right.
Me and Coscu go back at
least
least 3 years now, I reckon. Yeah, it's been a while. Hello?
I'm just dropping them in.
Hello?
Hola?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
How's it going?
I'm barely pissed off because my camera is just now barely dead. And I don't know why.
But what's wrong with your camera? You're looking good, man.
Yeah, but you see what my camera is doing?
No, it doesn't. It looks okay to me. Wait, is that all good on your end, Andrew?
No, todo bien. Todo bien aquí. I got to practice my Spanish, man. It's scuffed.
Hey, Coscu, real quickly, are the Coscu Awards coming to kick soon? Is that a thing or?
Yeah, this year I gift the awards to Bruno.
Oh, you've already done it.
Yeah, because he's the, how you say heredero in English?
The next one.
He's the
Oh.
next one.
He's kind of like
I mean-
carrying the torch.
Yeah. He's carrying the torch. He's the streamer that I think likes to stream more. He's crazy. He's all day doing IRL, all day with the cell phone, streaming everything. I don't know if you know it, but on the West Coast event, Bruno streamed the previous show with his phone, and then when the event just finished, he kept streaming on the hotel with all the guys who were so tired, but he wants to keep streaming. That guy is crazy.
He just keeps going. Well, that event though would have been epic. The proportions of everything there was on like a level like unprecedented. Like what the planning that went into that. Like I guess what everyone rallied around as well, and like what the whole sort of Spanish community, Latin American community, kind of like almost chipped in, right?
Yeah, and get ready because I'm not lying. We are about to break the record again. I'm sure.
December
I'm positive.
20th, right?
Yeah, December 90? No,
19, okay. December 20 in Australia.
19, yeah. Oh, it's 20 in Australia.
Yeah. That's why I'm thinking 20. We're already preparing the infrastructure. I promise
going down?
you,
What's happening
we're
on
going to
the
be
19th?
stable for this.
Yeah. Are you sure that you will be stable?
I promise. If not, if it's not stable, and if you manage to break kick, I'll give you 10 wanted buys for $100,000.
But I will lose them all.
Yeah, probably. That's how confident I am. That's how confident I am. We're going to have it so stable. We took so many learnings away from that West Col event, like obviously having, 1.3 or 1.4 million people. Yeah, we accidentally had a few issues there, of course. But yeah, no, going into the next one, next time you guys put on an event, like we're not messing about. We're like, okay, they're going to tell us 1 million people. We're going to prepare for 3 million. You say 2 million and we're going to prepare for 6 million. Like we're like, I think beforehand we got a little bit comfortable. Like, oh, they said they're going to get 1 million. We'll be okay. And then it was 1.4 and we're like, oh shit, the whole thing went falling. So it was, we need to take whatever number you guys give and like prepare well and truly above it. But yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. The LATAM community brings it, man. It's crazy. And then I think we should get an AWS member on the ground, right? We should just ship out someone from AWS and be boots on the ground.
Listen, I don't want to throw anything, but like obviously Kick had its own struggles on that, but like you guys were also breaking the underlying infrastructure of like AWS, right? So the thing is like that would have also had some negative impact on like even if say you're on Twitch, like for example. So there was a lot of things breaking on that sense. Like you guys brought such a crowd that there was, again, we don't want to shift blame or anything. It's not about pointing fingers, but like that event in itself was, I think that there was, it took everyone by surprise, the success of it. So, but you're telling me it's going to be even bigger on the 19th of December. So that's going to be epic.
Yeah, we think so. We are preparing it all, and we need to focus on the previous days to produce more events. I mean, little events to share the information of every single boxer, to share the information and the day by day the preparation of the boxers, because the boxers are all like streamers and influencers, and there's a ex soccer goalkeeper
Yeah.
Sí.
with a world champion boxer. Those are fighting one versus the other.
What
That will be
what would happen if you two fought?
No.
No.
¿Quién va a ganar? ¿Quién va a ganar?
Spreen can beat my ass in every single game, but in box terms, I think I have the victory.
No, I'm not going to the gym, so.
But wait, you guys ever going to be on the cards? No.
What's the cards?
Oh, like the events. Like, are you gonna like boxing, fighting?
The schedule.
No. This event, I don't. I will not box. But some friend of us are going to fight.
Okay. On a slightly different note, Spreen, Coscu, like obviously, yeah, you've seen a lot of like, and Coscu, you especially, right? Like this massive like transition over the kick, right? This huge success the kick is seeing amongst all of Latin America, even anyone Spanish speaking. What do you think has been that reason behind that? Why? Because it's happened so quickly. That's the thing that is hard to understand. Like we've gone from like, relatively no sort of Spanish speaking community kind of being an English only website to now being dominated. We've got more people, speaking and watching in Spanish than we have in English now. It's absolutely incredible. What do you think is the main drivers behind this? Why are people so quick to move and make that change? Like obviously in the English market, we've seen that people kind of hesitant, they're scared to move, but it seems like in the Spanish speaking, everyone's like fully behind kick, supporting kick. And it warms my heart to see, the embrace, the love, the support. Like even when we had the issue with West Coast Stream, don't get me wrong, there was people pissed off, but people still supported kick after that. They're like, there is so many people in that Spanish community, who really are showing us so much love. And like, I just want to know why, like exactly what are we doing here? It's so awesome to have that support. Like I don't want to lose it.
I will try to be quick and I will try to make you to understand me, but it's hard to be quick and be clear for me because my English is not that good.
Mira,
But
diga en español y yo hablar en inglés.
You think so?
Sí,
Okay.
sí, yo creo.
Los latinos creemos que... yo voy a contar mi experiencia personal. Yo trabajé para Twitch 10 años, 11 años, 11 years working for Twitch. And I passed a lot of things on Twitch. I used to earn like a minimum guarantee contract.
He had a minimum guaranteed contract over there at Twitch. He's bringing a lot of experience, like 11 years.
Yeah, 11 years. And lo que me pasó a mí con ese contrato es que fue suficiente hasta que apareció Mixer. Mixer, más o menos a mi 6º año de Twitch, apareció, nos ofreció algo mucho mejor y creo que la comunidad de Latinoamérica es muy unida porque si no es unida, las cosas no surgen. Somos tercer mundo y
So he had a minimum guarantee over Twitch. Mixer came around, they gave him a better deal. They treated him really right. The Latino community has to stick together, right? Because if it doesn't stick together, it just doesn't work, right? So, when we're talking about Twitch and then we're talking about Mixer and we're talking about Kick, what I'm deriving from what Coscu is saying is it's about the community, right? The LATAM community comes together and they support each other.
Yeah.
So I guess what?
Pero algo importante...
Oh, so go.
Oh, sorry.
One important thing is...
Algo importante es que en ese proceso en el que nosotros nos vamos cambiando de plataforma, nunca conocimos algo como Kick. Yo soy una persona muy fanática de Kick y yo tengo la camiseta de Kick puesta y lo sé desde el día 1. Lo más importante para mí de mi experiencia en Kick es que yo me vine gratis a Kick. Yo empecé a odiar Twitch porque después de ese contrato de garantía mínima, nosotros nos vamos todos a Mixer y yo me llevo a todos los streamers de ese momento, los más grandes, a Mixer, todos juntos, y los de Mixer nos dan muchísima plata para valorar nuestro trabajo. Traducirle que yo ahora sí.
Bueno, he goes, Kick's just doing it different, man. He's like, from day one, I was all about Kick because you guys were showing the love. You guys were grateful for us to be here. All right. He was like, the difference with Mixer is everyone's getting a minimum guarantee and they just hired a bunch of just the largest streamers and stuff like that. But it just never felt like home, right? It just never, the community, the community wasn't there like it is on Kick.
Awesome. Yeah. That point you mentioned about like sticking together is, I guess, probably one of the biggest ones. Because I guess realistically, you know, the whole live streaming industry works better when people collaborate, when people are streaming together, when people are, you know, I think you guys are notorious for collaborations. Like in the English market, people collaborate a bit, but not like Spanish market. Like you guys all collaborate. You're all friends. You all know each other. You all do events. You all raid each other. You host each other. You check each other's channels out. It's not like you know, it's not like Spreen versus Coscu versus this versus that. It's like you guys like all work as a team, and that's like one thing I noticed when I was working with you know, you Coscu originally is like straight up, it wasn't like, hey, look, what's in it for me? It was like, can you look after everyone else? And that was like the first question you asked. And straight away you had a group chat with like 10 of like the biggest streamers in Latin America. Then you know, that word spread and you know, you're always coming to me like, you got to look after this person. Like it's not about like what's in it for me. It's about what's in it for the rest of it. Like that's one thing I've sensed working, you know, just a little bit from the sidelines with you guys and getting to know what it's all about. It really is truly a community, not just the streamers, but I guess also the viewers. The viewers also end up becoming an extension of this incredible, you know, community that you guys have put together. And I guess you guys end up sort of, you know, creating those values in that sense. And I guess Kick is super fortunate to be the platform of you know, choice at the moment for so many of you guys, and naturally is just gone absolutely crazy. You know, we're almost a Spanish website at this point, or you know, Latin American rather.
Algo que puedo agregar yo, something that I really want to say is that in my case, I really love to help other people. I came to Kick with nothing. I mean, I just give it a try because I was talking to Fernando and Fernando was hard on the negotiation, and I understand because he had to cover the platform and he had to cover the Kick interest. But I used to hate Twitch because the last part of the history, sorry. And lo que pasó es que después cuando fuimos todos a Mixer, nos quisieron traer de nuevo a Twitch y nos dieron un contrato mejor a cada uno de los que estábamos en Mixer, pero ese contrato duró 6 meses. Una vez que terminó ese contrato, a todos los streamers que nos habían prometido oro en Twitch nos dejaron de contestar y nos abandonaron. Y yo, en mi último mes de Twitch, teniendo 12K de viewers de media, cobré literalmente $1,200.
All right, so he's saying like, okay, look, everyone went over to Mixer. Mixer gave some really good contracts out to big streamers, but then Twitch came back around and gave a little bit better contracts for them to come back, right? But it was only 6-month contracts, right? So there was no commitment, right? And the thing is that in the last month of Coscu's contract, he like blew out the numbers, right? He like maxed out, but there was never continued love or support for the LATAM community. And like, look, just to kind of add on to my own experience, es que Coscu, yo trabajo allá en Amazon y cuando Amazon tiene los números de los LATAM y poner más números para ver de todo el platform de Twitch. Es que it's that the Latin American viewer, they pass that on to advertisers, right? They say, hey, look how much we've got watching this platform, but they don't differentiate it. So what I'm saying is que los Latinos con los números es muy bueno para negocios.
Sí.
Pero cuando los negocios vienen otra vez para ustedes, para dar más plata, no hay. And Eddie, what I'm saying is that, so they take the numbers, they take the Latino numbers, and they sell big time contracts to advertisers, right? But when the advertising money comes back in, it doesn't go back to the big streamers. Does that make sense?
Well, there's no split on the ad rev.
There's no split. There's no true split on the ad rev based on what the Latinos brought to the table. No sé. I don't know.
Eddie, I used to have 12K average viewers on a month, and I won 1K 200 USD.
And the thing about your viewers as well, I just want to make it very clear, it's kind of different towards the English viewers. When you have 12K LATAM viewers, those are viewers that are plugged in. Like I don't know if you've been to English chat rooms versus like LATAM chat rooms, like they're a different story. Like the chat moves so fast. Yeah. Like, you know, even from our analytics, like the engagement is so different. I think in English market, people watch a stream, they put it up on this monitor over here, they watch another one here. They've got like 3 monitors watching 3 streams, barely sort of paying attention. But in LATAM, like the people are on that stream, they're engaging with it, they're watching it, they're listening to every single word. And to an advertiser, that's valuable. That's very valuable. To a platform, the website, that's valuable. And I think maybe, you know, sometimes that's not being recognized as well, is that engagement of that Latin American community that is unlike any other market we've seen. You know, we're looking at some of the bigger data behind the scenes here at Kick. The LATAM audience, the engagement, the time they spend watching streams as well on average, everything, every KPI is through the roof. Like that audience should almost be worth more than other languages. Instead, it's looked down upon. I don't know why. It's like it should be worth more. Like that's what blows my mind. That's why we look at Latin America and we're like, you know, we need more. Like again, we love English, we love MENA, we love all languages. Don't get me wrong here for a second. But LATAM we truly love, and that's because of these key metrics. Because the audience that the Latin American community bring in, they're hardcore. It's unexplainable. Like again, the what you're mentioning there, Coscu, it's like the opposite should be applied. The opposite honestly should be applied. You should be going, you've got a LATAM community, like we need to give you more. We need to give you more love. And I have a feeling, my guess is these platforms, as they see you guys kind of, you know, start peeling off and you know, whether it's Kick or YouTube or whatever starts to see more people move over, I feel like that's going to be recognized and you know, they'll realize, hold on, we might have made a mistake not respecting some of these decisions these guys made, and where they got us. But let's see how it all plays out. But you know, again, we're super fortunate, right? Kick is super fortunate that we've been able to fill that gap for you and make you feel welcome. And it's the least we can do, the very least we can do, right? Again, it is, you know, it's exactly why we're here. And I think, you know, for you guys, I understand, you know, the minimum guarantees, that kind of aspect's important. Like in Latin America, the gifting sort of community, the gifting sort of stuff's a little bit different to the English market. Obviously, sponsorship market's a little bit different. So having those minimum guarantees is required to make, you know, amazing content and be a full-time streamer. You have to have it. It's not feasible otherwise. So, you know, we get that. And I think, you know, we're here to support that and make sure that the overarching community keeps growing, because at the end of the day, when you think about it, the demographic, the amount of countries, the opportunity there to make live streaming even bigger than it's ever been in Latin America, I think again it's only just like scratching the surface. And you know, you guys are proving this with the events you're putting on, the different styles of content. You know, even traveling to North America and collaborating with like Aiden, with Aguero, you guys like heading there doing that. Like I think, you know, you're taking this new level of energy of live streaming. And like, you know, I wish everyone had as much energy as you guys. Like you guys like set that gold standard. But yeah, no, I think to the point, you know, you guys just hit different, you know, it's hard to explain exactly. I think the data behind it is the most interesting aspect, but, you know, our job here at Kick is just to support that and recognize that, you know, most importantly, recognizing it. And then if anyone's not recognizing it, that's their fault. That's their loss.
But hey, this is also for you and also because of you. I have to be grateful with you. And I talk when I talk here and when I say thanks to you here, I say thanks by all the streamers of Latam. We were being exploded. We were trash. Una vez yo hablaba mucho con los staff de Twitch y una vez un staff de Twitch en una reunión en México me dijo: los viewers de Latinoamérica nos generan pérdida. Nosotros pagándole a streamers de Latinoamérica tenemos pérdida. Generamos pérdida en Twitch y en Amazon. Me dijo esa mentira con tal de no pagarnos. No nos pagaban nada.
He's saying that
Ustedes nos salvaron.
he said that there was a big event with Twitch and they just glad hand you. They just tell you one thing to your face, right? They say, we don't want to lose you. We don't want to lose you guys, but then they don't pay. It's not about like exploiting the relationship. It's about mutual respect. And just the numbers that Latin America would be bringing just wasn't equating to the numbers that the North American audience, creator would bring. But he was just saying like this representative from this other platform, they would just flat out lie to our face.
That's tough as well, especially since, from what I understand at least, like Coscu, Spreen, you guys have been around, like you built that community out, right? Like everything that community has is almost kind of thanks to you guys. Like you kind of started it, built it from the ground up, worked on it, worked through it, with the platform, and then suddenly to have this kind of like imbalance that goes like, hold on, were we ever on the same team? You start questioning like all this loyalty and everything you've done, right? So, that, I don't know. It sounds rough, right? But I guess that's unfortunately sometimes how, business works. And especially when, large corporations get involved and all that kind of stuff, it sounds tough. I tell you what though, like Coscu, I remember our first, like I know we've known each other for a few years now. I think like 2 or 3 years we first started talking. But when you said you're moving over to Kick, I remember you saying like, these guys messed up. Like I remember you saying like, I'm going to make them feel this. Like you had like a vendetta. You're like, I'm going to show them I'm in business. I was like, hell yeah, let's go Coscu. But I didn't realize you were going to, take it that far. Like, you've ended up, you've shifted the landscape of live streaming in the whole of the Spanish, speaking community. Like, and you meant that when you did that. So, we wouldn't be sitting here today if it wasn't for, your push into getting us involved and helping us understand where that gap was and how to fill it. So, I at the end of the day, really got to thank you for a lot of that. I think you were the first person to bring everyone over, right? You started with the, Coscu army, then it spread to the rest of Argentina, to Peru, to Uruguay, to the whole of Latin America, to also recently to Spain as well. A lot of Spanish people that you've been moving over. You've been kind of like, you're almost the de facto Latin American CEO of Kick, Coscu. You're kind of like the man who runs the show for us down there. So, we're incredibly grateful for everything. And we won't forget that, that's my point. We won't forget, we remember, I think that's sometimes where other companies, they kind of go, oh, they've done great for us. Now we kind of just, forget about it, but not us.
Thank you. You guys save our continent. I'm serious. You can ask every single streamer and he will be so grateful too with you. Argentinian, Colombian,
and the community too. The community sees the platform is supporting the streamer, the community is going to support the platform too. And they seen that so much. So thank you.
I think that's an incredible point. I think that's the one thing that maybe in like Latin America, especially where it is a bit different. Like I think sometimes maybe in the English speaking community, they see the platform supporting the creator, but that doesn't mean that the community then subsequently supports the platform. I think you guys look at it differently. They're like, hold on a second, this platform's supporting the creator that I love watching, therefore I support the platform. Like it's that idea of getting behind the whole, the big picture, right? I think maybe that's why we're so lucky to have such a great support there is because of that, bigger picture thought and the fact that people support you and support the people who support you. And it's that kind of mentality that you guys have that's a little bit different to what we're used to, say, in the English speaking market or some of the other markets we're in. It's that broader support that comes together, that has been incredible. And I guess helped to just multiply the success that we're seeing. But Spreen, I got a quick question for you, if you don't mind. I was wondering, you used to go by Ivan Gamer, right? But you closed that down completely and kind of came back as like a new version, and Spreen was born. What happened there exactly? What's the story?
I was a gamer since I was a kid, so I play so much. I play for my friends, and I was recording videos for my friends, and that's why I come to streamer. In Argentina, we don't have so good internet in so much zones, so I decide to go to a new house for start streaming. Before that, I can stream from the internet. So I decided to go to a new house when I was 18 and start streaming. And that's I was doing the last years.
Y cuando usted dice eso a tu padres a 18, mire, mi mamá, papá, yo quiero ir a otra casa para hacer esta cosa.
No, me querían matar. Me querían matar porque encima estaba estudiando.
And I asked him, what the hell did his parents say at 18 asking to move to another house so that he could stream? Es que, y tu padre es que ver eso, ¿sí? Dice que sí, Spreen puede hacer. Y hay otra cosa que con el canal viejo que yo recuerdo mirando a un video que dibujo mi vida. Que usted dice,
Drama Life.
Sí, usted dice, mire, cuando yo tenía ese canal, solamente poner suscripciones para los dos, pero no tenía no tenía gente. Solamente tenía subscriptions y todo eso y córtalo. Y usted puede hablar de eso, que no quita, ¿cómo se dice? Shortcuts. ¿Cómo se dice cuando necesito gente? No es todo, no es de el plato.
¿Cómo? No entendí muy bien.
No. Mire. Es que antes...
O sea, ¿cómo formé la comunidad?
Sí.
Ok. Te lo digo en español y lo traducís.
Bueno, and let me tell Eddie, un momento. Eddie, I was asking him, he cut that channel out because they were just cycling through subscriptions.
Yeah.
And he was noticing that he was not gaining an audience at all. So he totally killed the channel to reinvent himself.
Ok. Sí, no, o sea, eso yo me di cuenta. O sea, realmente ahí te das cuenta de lo importante que es una comunidad. El hecho de solamente estar ganando números, followers, views, lo que sea, y no estar formando una comunidad. Porque realmente es muy importante tener comunidad, porque si no lo tenés, después no hay nadie que realmente te apoye y solamente va a haber gente interesada en tu contenido diario. Y en el momento que vos no sentís esa motivación para estar en tu peak, no vas a tener realmente a nadie haciéndote ese soporte. Entonces, nada, ahí arranqué a construir mi comunidad y fui construyéndola poco a poco, y así empecé a ganar números reales, yo lo empecé a llamar, porque era como gente que se suscribía porque realmente le gustaba no solo mi contenido, sino también lo que estaba construyendo a través de Spreen.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is a really important note for anyone new out there in chat, right? So, Eddie, what he was saying is that at first they were just hustling each other for subscriptions, all right? And he started realizing that he was not building a true community. So, a lot of people get caught up in like follow for follow, subscription schemes, getting in the wrong Discord or whatever. And at a very young age, he realized that, hey, I don't have anyone here that's actually watching me for my content, right? I don't have a true community. And this gets back to what Coscu was saying about the Latin America community in general, that you got to have a community because that's where the real power is, right? So this dude completely tore down his channel and recreated his brand under Spreen because he recognized taking these shortcuts just was not the way to go.
Yeah. No, I think that sometimes you got to take risks like that, right? I take it it's paid off 100-fold now. The Spreen brand is massive, and I'm sure Ivan Gamer was too. But I guess once you do get caught up in those communities, it is quite a strange environment, right? And it's hard to kind of build out that authentic, that real that real community which can take you to that next level. I think, to be fair, that's not just a thing in Latin American communities, but also in every sort of corner of live streaming. You do have these sort of these groups where you can fast track your growth, but again, if you do take the shortcuts, I guess the idea is it's not really the long-term solution, right? It's far better to invest in a healthy and a committed and build out a community of people who want to be there, like you said, for you, right? I think, that advice, that could apply to a lot of people out there that have, maybe tried to go down those avenues. I know a lot of English streamers, it's easy to get caught up in those crowds. It sounds appealing. It sounds amazing. It sounds great, but long-term, maybe not, right? Yeah. It's, so that makes sense. I was just wondering, obviously, knew that you kind of went by two names, was kind of understanding how this, that transition happened, but that's, it sounds like it's all worked out really well. And I guess taking those big risks in any type of business, any industry, is what defines people who do really well. So props for making that decision. Just quickly before I move it to you guys, how's Andrew's Spanish on a scale of 1 to 10? Where would you put it? 1 being like really bad and 10 being like incredible.
9.
9?
No,
Really?
no. No diga eso. Es más malo. Es que entienda más que puede hablar.
Hold on, let's ask chat. I think chat can. What between 1 to 10? Chat
4.
will give a unbiased result.
It's a solid 4.
A 6?
Yeah, solid.
6,
solid.
8, 3. Okay, yeah, maybe. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, a real 6.
A real 6?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, approve.
He can understand a lot, and that's made a 6. But speaking, it's probably a 4. Being on TV.
They average out. Yeah.
I can't talk. I speak one language. It's one of my biggest regrets in life, not learning a second language. So Andrew, I'm incredibly impressed. I knew you could speak Spanish, but I didn't realize you could have like a conversation. So I'm sitting back here going,
I can ask where the bathroom is. ¿A dónde es el baño? Y nada más. Pero no, es que mi papá es de Colombia, de Santander, y mi mamá es de Costa Rica, de Heredia. Pero creció aquí en Estados Unidos, mueve aquí como cuando fui 10 y 11 años, pero soy gringo.
Okay.
Hey, Coscu, one last question, and then I'll hand it over to you. What does piano actually mean?
Piano is invented by Kun Agüero. He speaks like an old woman sometimes, and he got like some, I don't know how you say it, but some words and phrases of an old woman who is in his house chilling, and when he plays slots, he says, "We're going piano. Vamos piano. Lo que quiere decir vamos piano es vamos a tomarnos con calma. ¿Por qué? Porque el piano se toma así. El piano se toca así.
So,
And that's vamos con calma.
Yeah, it's like
Calm
slowly.
down.
Oh, like slow and relaxed and just like gracefully
yeah.
and not like rushing like crazy. It's like relax, piano.
Not like me on The Wanted.
Oh, gotcha. So basically the opposite of you.
Yeah, I went viral on my country because of The Wanted.
Oh, you've gone viral for a lot of things, to be fair.
Yeah. Eddie, I got a lot of things that my community wants
Yeah.
me
So
to
I'll hand it to you guys. I
tell
won't
you.
ask anymore. It's all you.
But sorry to be annoying, but I really want to ask you because all the Latam viewers are so hyped to see Peak improving this last part of the year, and we are so anxious to meet for example, the TV app, the 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 fix with the cell phone, because on the cell phone there is a lot of things that is happening. First, there when you go full screen, you got a bar on the bottom of your cell phone that you can't take out. Then you got unlocked randomly on the cell phone. My both cell phones got unlocked for no reason, and I love Kick with all my heart. I mean, I'm a soldier. I'm the biggest soldier that you have in terms of loving the platform. I literally works for Kick, not just in my channel, in my social media and talking with the people. But I have to be like honest with the audience, and I have to say, Kick is so much better than every other one because you have all the stuff, checking all the channels, protecting the Latino community, protecting the Latino streams. You have the CEO talking on Twitter with every single, not just the biggest, every single partner can talk on Twitter with Eddie. And that's it's something so special. And every single one on the community can watch this and can appreciate this. You don't have that on YouTube. You don't have that on Twitch. They say, fuck the streamers. I just care about Ibai. I just care about XQC. I just care about, I don't know, Summit and Shroud. But you, Eddie, you take care of everyone. And that's so special for us. So, well, we really want to know, and we really want to get the app, because I personally think that if we get the application for the TV, for example, before 20 of December, I know that we will have probably 2 million viewers watching the event. I know it. We all working together to make history. Argentina will take the history this year.
So on that note, recognize everything you mentioned there. And I think that's literally the last hurdle for us, right? And we call this product parity, right? Product parity is where we have everything, or, at least that, same level of product service as YouTube, as Twitch, as your more well-known services. And we recognize we're currently behind. Pretty much the number one emphasis internally right now at Kick, apart from, of course, looking out for our creators and offering a great support and moderation, etc., is building out these products. The TV app, I can't say anything. I'm zipping my lips right now. I'm locked, but it's going to be good. And I'm telling you, I've shown you a little demo before, right? And you've seen it. It's the other TV apps in live streaming, they're not good. They're not innovative. They haven't been updated in like 4 or 5 years. They suck. The Kick TV app is going to be amazing. And when we launch this thing, I promise you, you're going to go like, wow. you're gonna be like, wow, this is sick, right? Like this is not just a TV app that does the same thing as like Twitch or YouTube. It does it better, right? So I think TVs are certainly the future of live streaming. Like I think more and more people are using their televisions to watch content, right? Like smart TVs and Android TVs and applications on TVs are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's the future. So we have invested a lot of resource, a lot of time into building something that isn't the same, but better. Better, it's huge, better, way better. We want to get people off the desktop. We want to get people off the phone. We want to get them watching the television, because if someone's watching the television, they're more engaged, right? They're more likely to stick around. So the TV app, I can't say anything, but I want to tell you, you're going to be, I think you're going to want to be, I'm not going to let you down there. I think we'll have something great for you, and we're going to surprise you there. In terms of the mobile app, I might just be able to show you right now. This is the test version here. That's me loading in the new Kick app right there. It's looking very good. It's much smoother experience. You probably can't see it too well right now, but this here is a far superior app to what we currently have. We've got some amazing sort of features. I'm kind of on purpose keeping this a little bit difficult to fully see everything, but the reactiveness of this app and how it flows is by far much better. That's coming soon as well. So those issues you mentioned with, like, I think the Android issue with the bar there is fixed. The issues with the app crashing, the performance of the app, the notification issues, everything you can think of addressed, sorted. We're well aware. The thing that annoys me and upsets me the most, right, is knowing how successful Kick is right now without this, right? Without like the TV app, without the app. And then I think to myself, I'm like, hold on, when we get there, where's it going to be? It's going to be huge. Why will anyone not use Kick? It's so exciting because I can't wait. The people already love Kick and we're not even finished yet. We're still yet to not only meet parity, but go above it, And this is why I fucking love Kick so much, because I know it's going to win. I know it's going to be the next big thing. I know it's going to be the biggest live streaming platform in the world. And I know it's only going to happen with the support of you guys. But like right now we are so close to doing some incredible stuff. We've been working so hard on all that. So, if you think we don't understand it and don't recognize where we fall short, like we get it, we know. But again, it's not about just getting, closing the gap and doing what you ask. It's about going even further, right? Because I think that like live streaming, like no one's doing anything new. Nothing new. It doesn't change. Same for 10 years now. Not a single thing's even changed. So it's about not only just getting it as good, but getting it better. And I promise you that. I promise you that it's coming. You are going to be, I know you understand live streaming. You get it, right, Coscu? I know we've spoken at length. You sent me documents. You understand every small detail, everything that live streaming needs. You know what it needs, and every single thing is going to be ticked off, and we're going to make sure that we meet the expectations of people like yourself and then exceed that. So yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I can't give dates to anything. I've got to be very careful. I'll get in trouble otherwise, but I promise you, and all your communities and everyone else's, that it's coming.
Okay, I love that hype.
One more thing, Santa María, yo estaba con mi chat, estaba buscando una solución para los algoritmos. Te explico. Siento que Twitch, Kick y YouTube streaming have no algorithm who attracts people to start watching some stream that they don't know. When you went to Kick, you have to know where you want to go, right? You have to know who is you gonna watch? Who is the guy you wanna watch? And the idea that I got on my stream, and I talk with my viewers, is that maybe on the future you can have like two parts of Kick. One part is for the streams, and the other part is open the app, for example. And when you open the app, there is two options: clips and live stream. When you enter on clips, you will just scroll like Twitter, like Instagram, like TikTok, who got the best algorithm. And just scrolling, you can follow new channels, check the most viral clips, and get an algorithm on the clips. I'm just suggesting something that I can figure it out, that it's so important, because on TikTok, for example, you go viral with a clip, and you can grow a lot with just a clip. Imagine, I don't know, Aiden Ross or maybe Spreen on a Minecraft stream. If he got the possibility of someone looking clips and clips and clips and say, "Oh, I like this guy," follow, and then go to the other part of the platform and watch the stream. I don't know. Maybe it can help to get the algorithm for the streaming platforms, because I really think that Twitch in 10 years can't resolve that. They never got something to make the streamers get more and more audience, you know?
That there. So just in terms of discoverability, what you speak about there is really comes down to kind of a recommended engine. And I tell you, YouTube and TikTok do incredible jobs at that. I must say, YouTube is so good.
YouTube.
Another level. Their recommendations, everything they've invested in there is phenomenal, and we really look up to them. TikTok, on the other hand, has gone to another level, even in terms of just, I think within, like, you can make a brand new TikTok account, and within like 20 swipes, they already know what you want. They already know you. Like, it's crazy. Like, you make a brand new account, like they've got no data on you, but within 20 swipes, they're like, boom, 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 boom. They're mapping out. They're already like, that you like watching this and this and this, and they get you the right content. And that is why TikTok is so successful, and YouTube for that matter. Like, they're both incredible. Twitch, I don't know what they're doing exactly, but they haven't figured it out yet. Maybe they will. But Kick, of course, we get that. We need to get that sorted out. I must say, so far we're a little bit off. It's definitely another work stream almost. Like right now, we're really focusing on that viewer experience. So the TV apps, the console apps, the web experience, the stuff like channel points, the API. That's a big focus for us right now. The iOS and Android app as well, of course. That's a big focus, but recommendations is really important. Again, it comes back to this idea of we really want to push people to watch more, is what we say, watch more. So in order to recommend people the right channels, it'll mean people stay on Kick, they stay on the platform, they keep on using Kick, they find more streamers, they find more communities to integrate with. So it's a huge priority. But again, we are just focusing a little bit more at the moment on like you mentioned, the apps, the TV, channel points. But I think there's a gap. Like you said, if you combine the likes of TikTok with live streaming, it's game over. Like huge, incredible, right? There's so many amazing clips that go unwatched. There's so many amazing moments that don't get recognized. So how do we leverage that? How do we use those clips to drive more people to watch live streams, to go, hold on a second, I saw Spreen playing Minecraft. That was awesome. I want to watch him live. They follow the channel. Then they're ready. When the moment Spreen goes live, they get a notification. They're in the stream. So again, it's about tying that all together. And I think, unfortunately, in live streaming, that's what I mean before. No one's really been innovating, right? No one's been changing it. It's kind of stayed the same for for 10 years. So, Kick's job right now is to kind of meet that gap and then go beyond, right? It has to do more. It's not about just doing the same as what's out there. It's about doing more. And what you mentioned there is exactly what more means. It's about bridging that gap between the clips and live streams, bringing them together and making sure that people can find more streamers to watch, more people to watch, more communities to join. So, you make an incredible point. We have discussions about this so much. And I promise we'll we maybe not in the near future, but maybe that kind of medium term future, we're gonna have a lot more around that area, and we're already discussing what that looks like.
But to add to that also, Eddie, like I like what Coscu is saying, because you have both options, right? You have your TikTok option, but you can go to the traditional live stream. You have both, right? And one goes into the other. But to add it another level, right? How many times are we streaming and then we get clipped and then we're thrown on X or Instagram and we're still live, right? So like if we can do another component where we're not just keeping everything on the app, what happens is that we start to recognize when we get hot on Instagram or when we get hot on Twitter, so that we're pushing to people that's happening in the moment, right? If all of a sudden it's like, oh man, Eddie, Spreen, and Coscu are on
awesome
Eddie's channel right now, it gets clipped.
Yeah.
And then you throw it out to Twitter and you're like, come watch now. And then you bring them back to the app. So it just becomes.
Yeah. So you can almost prioritize the clips for people who are live as well, because you want to be able to go, hold on a second, like, hold on, maybe like we're live right now and a really great moment happens. And then more people join because they know that that's happening right now. It's about tying in that that now component. Because I guess so many people see clips of Spreen, they see clips of Coscu, they even maybe see clips of us, right? But they don't know we're live right now. They don't actually come join. They miss out. Some of these clips get millions and millions and millions and millions of views, but that doesn't translate to viewers. Like we want to take views and turn them to viewers, right? Like how do we do that? Yeah. And I think that's about saying, hold on, this is live right now. Tune in.
Yeah. With just one click. Every single platform. With just one click, you have it on Twitter. Okay, that clip can link you in one click to the stream, and you with just one click travels to Twitter to Kick and to Instagram to Kick. That will be amazing for sure.
Leave it with us. I think. There's a lot to expand on that. And I think as well, just like as we start working on that soon, being able to understand, because obviously we understand a lot about, the social media on the English side, but sometimes as we develop understanding a bit more about how it works, say Latin American and Spanish side, and how we can kind of make sure that we optimize, not just for what we're familiar with, but for what you are. So I think maybe we got to have a further discussion as we start delving into that, area to make sure that when we kind of look towards updates like this, we not only do it for the English market, but localize for, the Spanish. Because I think social media is used differently all around the world. Like everyone interacts slightly differently. It's a slightly different demographic and how it's interacted with. So making sure that we understand that, I think, is going to be really incredible. So I think, once we do start working on that side of things, making sure we get your input, your suggestions on how we can pull that off. I love that. I think there's a lot that can be capitalized on there for sure.
Perfect.
Spreen, ¿tiene preguntas?
Yo, no, o sea, lo que más, la única pregunta que yo tenía era eso de las apps y todo eso, pero ya vi que con el hype que tiró, o sea, estaban muy emocionados, se ve que vienen trabajando bastante con eso. Es más, yo hasta hace poco me hice una extensión de puntos del canal acá en Kick para generar como channel points en la plataforma a través de una extensión de Google, porque a mí me gusta todo mucho eso de atraer más al viewer a que esté mucho más tiempo conectado en el stream, pero es literalmente todo lo que hablaron, que buscan eso, entonces tipo yo voy a esperar eso, y además por lo que mostraron se ve que lo tienen pronto.
All right, so real quick, man, like Eddie, he loves the passion you're talking with, man, and you're getting him really, really excited. And I think that that's a key thing with the LATAM market is passion goes a long, long way, man. So he's really excited to hear you talking about the TV app and the mobile app and where it's going. One thing that he wants to bring up, and I think you picked up on this, is that he wants those channel points, because he needs the channel points because his stream is so interactive, right? And it keeps the viewers, cooking. And I know a lot of our North American audience has talked about this also, but what he wants to also say is that he feels really confident based on the passion that you've been talking on, that the channel points are going to get fixed also, but he just wants to bring it up for his own audience.
Channel points. So I think we kind of look at devices layer. So devices layer being TV, app, console, etc. That kind of lives over here. Then we've got application layer right now. So application layer is the code that is written in terms of features. So the first and foremost is channel points. That is top of our application layer work stream right now. That there will be coming really soon. We understand how important that is, not just for not just for live streams, but for third-party developers who want to be able to link into that as well. It's incredibly important aspect of live streaming, and we're going to get that out and ensure that people have access to that as soon as possible. Just for retention, just for keeping viewers engaged, it's so important, right? To be fair, it's such a great idea. Whoever came up with channel points, they're a genius. It's so simple. It's the individual that did. I know Twitch did it first, but the individual at Twitch that came up with that is a genius. It's just such a great idea. So we're looking to make sure we have our variation of that, and again, hopefully we can do a little bit better too, add a couple of things in there that people might like. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I think the channel points start with the bots, with the streaming bots. That's the starting of that.
Yeah. Well, I think they first, because first the bots made the channel points, right, before they integrated the platform, right?
Yeah.
It was through bots.
Yeah.
And then of course, then the platform integrated bots, the channel points, and then the bots used the channel points to further make that experience more immersive. So completely get that. I think that's the other side as well, is the public API is something we're working on a lot. So therefore, the engineers, the developers who build incredible tools for people to engage with channel points and to help make the stream more interactive. They have the tools to build that as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So, I think they kind of go hand in hand. Channel points need to also rely on third-party developers and a third-party API. So, hopefully those are going to be ready quite soon as well. So we're, I think, most importantly, we just want to make sure the Latin American community knows that we haven't forgotten about that. It's not like we don't understand. It's more so we're building away, getting it ready. And, in terms of priorities, it's right up here. It really is so important. We hear you loud. We hear you clearly on the importance, and we will deliver on it to the highest standard. And it's, and I think this is why, again, I'm so excited, because, Spreen, Coscu, you guys see so much success here on Kick without this. Like, once we give you these tools, you're just going to keep growing. It's going to help you guys get bigger. It's going to help Kick get bigger. More people watching, more people viewing. It's like a compounding effect once we get this all together. So, again, that's why I get so excited to know that, like, again, where we're at now and where we're going and the potential, right? That's the exciting part.
And we already taken half of the Spanish-speaking streamers, and we need to keep taking them all, because we will have them all. I know what I'm saying. We will have them all, because now Kick is so much better than everyone else. That's true. For example, if a friend of mine wanted to do the velada, the event, the box event, I said to him, now, this day, you have to make a choice to go to a platform who don't pay you, who don't answer your calls, and no one talk to you, and have like 600K viewers on a super event, or stay on Kick that they answer the calls, they try to be with you, Probably you break the platform because it's a new platform, but Eddie is figuring out how to not die with Kick. And then the best part, they are helping to make this kind of events. They are talking with you and asking you what you need, and they are helping because the South American people never got help. We used to have help, but then they just disappear, and now they are dead. They have no viewers. Even the GOAT of the region, who is Spreen, is on Kick, and he's happy on Kick because Kick changed the game. And we need to take all the Spanish, Ibai, El Chocas, DJ Mario, we are going to take them all.
¿Y por qué no viene? ¿Qué cree usted por qué no viene?
No, yo sé por qué no vienen. Decirle a Eddie que no vienen porque yo en Kick cobro 26 veces exactamente solo con el CASIP en un mes, 26 times what I take on my last month on Twitch. But that's literally 26 times what I used to won on Twitch, I won on Kick in a month. But Spanish got a different CPM, and they are winning barely the same. So they are afraid to lose every single follower, every single subscriber. So they are good and they are comfortable on Twitch. That's why they don't change. But when they see clear that every single viewer prefers Kick because there is no commercials, because there is the percent of the subscription, everything is better. Everything is better. When you release the TV app, when you have the sparks and the how you say it,
Channel points.
Channel points. When you have all that, they will come for sure, and they will come after us because we are who open the gates. Latam always open the gates.
Well, this
you know something. I don't want to be rude, but I was the first or one of the first Spanish streamers who starts doing IRL, just chatting, because on Twitch there was a rule that you can't do just chatting. You have to play a game.
You have to be gamer. Yep.
Yeah, you have to be gamer. And I used to play League of Legends and talk about my life, and then they create just chatting category. But then all the Spanish streamers meet that kind of stream, and they used to be all YouTubers. There was no streamers on Spain, and we opened the gates as Latam. We were poor, we were little, but we opened the gates, and we are to open the gates again. Next year, August next year, all the Spanish speakers will be on Kick. I don't know what's happening on Australia, on North America, but the Spanish will come. All the Spanish will come.
The thing that as well though, you look at it at the moment and say 50% here on Kick, 50% Twitch, whatever, right? What I think though is that sure, we want the 50% that's over here, but I think with the right tools, the right investment, okay, like you said, you're earning more on Kick. We're able to see the events like West Cole putting on. He's got the money to make these events now. What we do is we don't actually just take Twitch's audience or YouTube's audience. We grow the whole market. That's the plan. Make it bigger than ever. You know, suddenly people have got more viewers than ever because they're able to not only, you know, take, for example, everything that exists today, but grow that to be even bigger through being able to allow you the tools and the ability to invest in your content to make more engaging content. So more people watch live streams, more people start watching Coscu, more people start watching Spreen, more people find out because they see, you know, amazing boxing events that you're putting on around the world and doing these huge events like eBay us being able to give you that opportunity to make better content, right? Because at the end of the day, you can only grow the market as much as you're allowed to grow it, right? With the tools you're given. You know, like you said, you weren't given much, right? At other platforms, yeah? So if we give you those tools to go make amazing content, I think we can grow the Spanish speaking market to be bigger than it ever was, bigger than it was on Twitch, bigger than it was on YouTube, make it as big as possible because there's so many millions of people out there that you can attract, right? And I think we've only just scratched the surface. That's why I'm so fired up about Spanish speaking market, Latin America, because I know it can be so much bigger. Like we know how dedicated the audiences are there. We know how dedicated the streamers are. And I think when you combine that together and give people an honest day's pay for an honest day's work and look after them, I think that you're able to go ahead and do amazing things and to make amazing content and attract more and more and more people to live streaming. You know, it's not just about Kick beating Twitch or beating this. It's about making it bigger than it ever was. That's my goal. That's my goal. That's what we want to do here at Kick. You know, we don't just look at go, we need 50%. We need 500% more. That's the goal. You know, it's bigger than ever. That's what I think we can do. And again, maybe I'm a little bit ambitious. Maybe I get a little bit excited, but I think deep down, I think we can do it. I think we can do it. You know, with the help of you guys, right? Like you guys have seen so much success and with what you're proposing, the ideas that you have, the huge events that you're organizing, I think more and more people from all over Spanish speaking world and outside even will continue to start watching you guys. And we can, you know, I love to say this. I think the best days of live streaming are still to come. We are yet to see the best days of live streaming. We are only going to see live streaming get bigger and bigger and bigger. And it is up to Kick. It is up to the platforms to support you guys to help that happen. That's our job, to support you, to make sure we can make live stream and the best days of live stream to come. So that's my mission. That's our mission. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to achieve that together. We'll get there. Again, maybe I get a little bit ambitious, but I think we can pull it off.
Aquí es una pregunta para ustedes que ¿cuánta gente mirar streaming en el teléfono o en el desktop en LATAM?
Un teléfono.
Teléfono, pero ¿cuánto? ¿Qué es el número? Porque aquí en Estados Unidos es como 40, 60.
Sería 80-20, 70-30.
Para mí, 80-20 es un montón.
Es que acabo de ponerte a pensar que no hay tanta plata para computadoras. La gente suele tener más plata para un celular para ver un stream.
All right, so this is an important distinction. So these guys are saying that like 80%, like 70%, 80% watch streaming on mobile because the desktop computer is so expensive. Yeah. Right? He's like, that's why the mobile is so important. And I think that that's why these guys are blowing out numbers that they are, right? It's because the community is really tight, but also everyone has easier access to a phone, you know? And I think that a lot of people in North America are paying attention to how LATAM's doing it. Like, I mean, the dude in Russia should be taking notes from these guys. The dude in North America should be taking notes from these guys. The dude from Europe should be taking notes from these guys. Es que yo creo que más gente que ver aquí, allá en LATAM porque el teléfono es más fácil y más gente puede ver tu streams.
So just understand that. So basically, obviously in order to continue to grow that Spanish, my camera. To grow the Spanish market more and more and more, mobile is certainly the place to focus because more people have mobile than anything else.
Yeah, mobile and TV, I think, is the better. Now the PC platform is so good, so
yeah,
you don't have to focus on that.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think desktop will still make it a little bit better, but again, focus. Yeah. TV focus.
It has to be better. It has to. Yeah. It's clearly has to be better. But you have to focus on TV and cell phone for sure because on desktop is the best.
Well,
But I have to tell you something too. Sorry to interrupt. There is a big announcement that I want to do here. I don't want to burn it, but there is a coup. Kun Agüero is planning a big coup, and he will bring all the audience who watch football, even on the TV, because he is preparing something so big. I'm helping him, and I think that he will bring Messi. I just want to say that. I need to help him with all this idea because we got box event, we got football events, and we need, as you said, Eddie, we need to grow. And how you grow? Bringing the football viewers to a stream. They used to watch football. They used to watch football match, but now they will watch streams. And I know that we are trying to introduce all this new audience to the Kun Agüero's event. This will happen on November, and we will need you to support too that Kun Agüero event. It will be so big.
Well, when you guys say you're going to do something, one thing I know is you guys do it. So if you're telling me that Aguero and potentially even Messi himself are going to come together to unite the streaming platforms and the football world and the broader sort of Spanish speaking world, then whatever support you need and how we can be an assistance in that regard is going to be incredible. That's going to be a special moment. If you guys can pull that off and have that ready to go, you just say the words and what we can do to try to support that. I've seen what you guys have been able to achieve previously, and I think that sounds amazing, and it leans into exactly what we were talking about, right? It's about how do we find out how to grow this more and more and more, bring people who watch football or watch normal TV, bring them over to live streaming. That's how we truly grow, right? And connecting these worlds together is huge. So you're talking November, you said.
Yeah, November. Like 10th of November, it will be like 7 days of tournament.
That's real soon. That's like 2 weeks away.
Yeah. It's too soon.
Okay.
And Kun Agüero is traveling. I think he's on Miami or maybe he's on Spain, and he's traveling to Argentina to do all this. And you will get some news of all this. And we can't confirm that Messi will be, but we are so excited to try to do that. I mean, Messi needs to be on Kick, and Messi needs to participate on the growing of this platform. Because I will say it again one more time, because I'm so grateful, and I'm a person who loves to be grateful. You change the life of barely 80% of the Latin American streamer. We don't have anything else to go, anywhere to go, to do what we love to do, and you save us. You, Eddie, you, Santa Maria, and Akil, Fernando, all the guys who tried to help Mera helped us a lot. All you guys tried us to change our fucking lives. I mean, I'm serious. That's why I go emotional on this part, because I really mean it. I really mean it. My year was fucked, bro. I don't even know what to do. And I'm Coscu. I'm 12 years of career, but there was no chance for Latin America streamers. Not even me. There was no chance. And you changed the game, and we are so motivated to try to help you in every single thing that we can. That's why I have the jersey of Kick in my heart, and I will have it for, I don't know, for a lot of years more.
And that means so much. It means so much. No, and again, that's the faith that you put in with us. Like we don't take that lightly. The fact that you're looking to us to help you achieve that trust that we have. We're not going to let you down, right? We're not going to let you down, and how we can continue to support, not just you guys, but the rest of the Latin American community and Spanish speaking community is again, a commitment that we've made. We're going to continue to make. I'm always one message away as well. Whenever you need something, whenever you got a crazy event coming up, whether it's the one on the 19th of December or whether the one you're talking about here, 10th of November, we're here to support it. We're here to make sure that we're, allowing you and everyone else in that, on the continent and beyond, succeed in live streaming. We believe in you. We think there's a lot of opportunity there. And I think that, from what you mentioned before, the other streaming, platforms, I think they're missing a big opportunity here with what you guys have to offer. Thank you so much for being able to pick Kick, for choosing Kick, for supporting us. Again, all we're doing is giving back what you deserve to get for what you bring to the table. So, I think it's a incredibly fair trade, and we're just as grateful for your support. It's completely reciprocated.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie.
Awesome.
Eddie, how are you doing on time, man? Es que es muy temprano allá en Australia. Es como 3 a.m.
Muy tarde.
Sí, muy tarde. Es que es el noche allá. Yeah. Hey, how are you doing over there? Are you good?
Was there anything else that you guys maybe had or wanted to ask from the Latin American community, or?
I got an event, but I'm up to finish the way you want. If you have some more question for us, or you have something to tell to the LATAM community, all these clips are going to all the internet today.
Yeah. Okay. I think from my side, I think as long as you guys know that we're working on everything that you mentioned, that goes without saying. The support isn't going to just stop. Like it's going to continue. It's a long-term relationship that we have, just not only with you guys but everyone else. So I think as long as that is crystal clear, I don't there's nothing further I had from my side. Unless you guys had any further questions, I'm easy.
Hablamos de Messi. ¿Qué es eso? ¿Él viene necesita un canal o viene para?
No, si viene, a ver, no hay nada confirmado, eso quiero dejarlo claro, no hay nada confirmado, pero siempre está la búsqueda. Yo y el Kun siempre jodemos con que Messi tiene que estar, y ustedes saben la relación que tiene Messi con el Kun. ¿Sí? Yo creo que este suceso de fútbol es muy importante para el Kun, y obviamente Messi siempre está tratando de ayudarlo en sus proyectos. No tengo nada confirmado, como lo dije, obvio, pero es una búsqueda que estamos haciendo de que aporte en lo que pueda para el evento del Kun. El evento del Kun va a ser realmente algo grande, algo muy grande, y va a traer un público que no estamos acostumbrados a tener.
Sí, grande sin Messi. Sin Messi, grande.
Messi ya es grande.
Sí, pero yo creo que live streaming, el technology de live streaming, es más mejor para gente como Messi, porque los gente está aquí ahora con ustedes. Y gente como Messi necesita el recuerdo que necesito live stream porque es directo con los gente.
Look this.
So I was just like, hey man, like, is Messi thinking about streaming, or is he just coming to an event? What are you guys trying to do?
Wait. This is, Messi on a plane watching my stream on Twitch when I used to do stream on Twitch. I don't know if you can see me right here, but this is one of my best days of my life. He was watching my stream, and can you believe that I bring the GOAT to Twitch and they can't even answer me a message? Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. And now
you have both me and Eddie on Discord any day.
Yeah.
With or without Messi, man. You got direct access to us, man.
There is a lot of difference. Fuck them. I will not bring anything else to that kind of people. But I want to repeat this, and it has to be all green. All green.
I love that. How did you find that photo? Was that someone like sent you it, or they saw it happen, or? Wait,
Te preguntó cómo encontraste esa foto.
There is a friend of mine who was on the plane. It's another soccer player of the Argentinian team, and he says, "Watch what's Messi doing right now." They went on the plane, all the team together, and this guy take a photo of Messi and sent to me, and I took a screenshot. Then I showed the screenshot to a friend of mine his name is Goncho, and Goncho printed and made a cuadro, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, he framed it up for him. So Goncho's buddy framed it up for him.
That's so epic. I guess it's easy to forget sometimes, right? When you're streaming in front of like thousands of people, like who they are, right? Like, one of them could be Messi. God knows who they are, right? It's crazy. The whole Argentinian football team probably sit on the plane watching you live stream, and yeah, the audiences, you forget, like sometimes when you're live, it's like almost a whole football stadium watching. It's crazy when you think of it as a real person, watching the actual stream. It's easy, I guess, to kind of almost forget that sometimes. I love that. That's so awesome, that picture. That's incredible. Well, we got to get Messi on kick. It's going to happen. It sounds like it's going to happen. Maybe. We'll see.
Let's go. We have to do it.
Yeah. It doesn't get much bigger than that. Would that be Aguero, you guys, and Messi, or like what's it look like?
Maybe it needs to be Messi and Aguero. I know that Aguero will try to bring me because he knows what it means to me, but I need to let Messi alone, quiet, easy, chill. Piano. Because I'm so passionate. So it's probably I'm a problem there.
Well, maybe he falls in love with it like Aguero, and then can't stop. Almost just ends up being live with you guys almost every day. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, we will do it. We will try it for sure.
Man, mire, mucho gracias para viene. Thank you so much for coming. Y hablando con nosotros de LATAM and talking about Latin America. Y la educación que usted dar es como oro. The education you're giving us on LATAM is like gold. Y todo lo que Eddie dice es sincero. Yo trabajo aquí como para 2 años y cada cosa que Eddie dice, él haga. Y él haga porque él sabe, es muy joven. Él no es como yo, un viejito que dice que mirar a radio, mirar a televisión y todo eso. Es que él creció en live streaming. Y él sabe.
Es un viewer más.
Es un viewer más. See, Eddie, I was just telling him, man, like since day one, everything that you said you've done, and the difference here is that you're young, man, and you grew up with live streaming, right? It's not like these old heads like me that came up in a different media, right? And is trying to understand what the hell live streaming is. Like you came up in live streaming, and that's why you're going to be successful in what you're doing. So I just want to impart that to the Latin American audience that we value their intel, but their intel is only so good unless you have someone on the other end that knows what the hell to do with it.
Yeah, no, it's I think we love this, right? We truly love it. I think it's not just me, right? It's the whole Kick team. Everyone involved with Kick has grown up with live streaming, has been a part of it throughout their childhoods almost, and have fallen in love with what it has to offer and is passionate about it. So I think that's a big difference. I think that's important. I think that's what it's been missing is that passion, and we're going to bring that. We're going to continue it. So that's why I keep talking about the future. I think that's important because I want to see new heights reached. So it means a lot, Andrew. Thanks for mentioning that.
Yo iba a decir una cosa más, pero me la olvidé. Andrew, te lo digo en español y se lo traducís.
Bueno, yeah.
Ahora mismo yo tengo un streamer que es muy conocido acá, que está haciendo su primer stream en Kick y va a ser una locura sin precedentes. Es un poco arriesgado, pero se lo voy a linkear para después de la llamada para que lo vean. Es un chico muy conocido, es un TikToker que tiene muchos seguidores, muchos. Y va a ser una locura porque él hace un reto todos los días. Ahora se lo voy a linkear.
Hey, ¿qué es el número? El nombre?
Jero Arias. Jerónimo.
He's gassing up a streamer that's coming over from TikTok. Is one of his buddies, is a local guy, but it's a TikToker that's starting to take a look at Kick, and he wants to get him on your radar.
Okay. Coscu, send him my way. Send him to me. Send him to me on Telegram.
Okay.
Deal.
On Telegram.
Yeah. We'll look after him.
Y una cosa más, Santa María. La última, que es muy importante, y me voy. Westcol actualmente es el streamer más grande del mundo. Esa es la verdad. Westcol is the big streamer on the world at this day. And he will keep growing because he's so ambitious. And his mentality is another level. But we have to know that that guy needs a lot of support. He just do Minecraft and got 200K viewers with no sharing, with no special events. It's like 200K viewers. That's the biggest on YouTube, on Twitch, on Kick, on the world, and we have it. It's green. Westcol is green. We have to protect him and take care of him because he is crazy. He's the GOAT.
Westcol has our support. I think, anything Westcol needs, if he ever feels he isn't getting that support, you make sure you let me know. I think he's managed by a handful of the team. I don't think I've had the personal pleasure of being too involved with Westcol, but if he ever needs anything and you feel he's not looked after to whatever extent, you let me know, Coscu, and I'll we'll do our best because I think 200,000 people watching you play Minecraft, it's crazy, right? and the boxing event that just came, the next one, I don't even know where that's going to be. It's going to get bigger. It's going to keep growing. Like you said, if someone's ambitious, the sky is the limit.
The sky is the limit. And you are taking good care of him. But you know what? You know that it's so special to talk to you, Eddie, and he is not annoying like me. but it's so special to talk to you, and it will be so special to plan a lot of things that he wants to plan with you, because I really think that guy got something else, and I'm a friend of him, and I know that maybe if you are a little bit, I don't know how to say it, but a little bit closer to him, you can help him a lot.
Yeah.
For example, this boxing event.
I think West Coast's coming on Kick Talk in a couple of weeks, right, Andrew?
Yeah, West Call is going to come on the next Kick Talk. So not this weekend, but the following weekend. West Call would be with you guys right now, but I think he's in the middle of traveling. So I want to make that absolutely clear. Like, he's very receptive, and he's coming on. He just couldn't make it today. Es que no puede venir hoy porque está viajando. Sí, pero ya viene. Y él sabe que ustedes vienen aquí primero, pero somos hablando con el gente de West Call. Yeah, we're talking to his people, and he's going to be coming on soon.
Perfect. Okay.
Thank
Thank you for this call.
Sí.
Spreen, Coscu, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming on, representing the whole entire community. Coscu will continue to speak every day like we always do. And Spreen, I'm in the group chat where we talk as well, so I see everything that's going on. So yeah, I really appreciate both of you guys. I appreciate the whole community and everything we're doing here, and all your viewers as well, the Coscu army, all the Spreen's fans who've been in the chat here as well. Thank you so much, guys, for dropping in. It really does mean a lot.
Thank you. For invite.
Thanks, guys. We'll speak soon.
Que va bien.
Bye.
Cuando me lo necesiten nos llaman, Santa María. De verdad, nos encanta ayudar.
Cada día.
Sí, no hay problema.
Nos vemos.
Adios. Wait, what's bye in Spanish?
Bye.
Adios.
Adios. Okay. I know hola. I know hola, but I don't have the goodbye. And that was awesome. I think starting off there with Entxurage was incredible, but then finishing with Spreen and Coscu. I said Coscu is one of a kind. Like, he's like we speak every day. Like, I wake up in the morning, I got like 20 messages from Coscu saying like, do you need this? We need this. We need this. We need that. We need this. It's great. Like, I love it. I love it because he's just so fired up. He's so energetic, and even on the call there, it's just like one thing after another. He's got so many ideas, wants to do so much. Like, that ambition is like, you don't get that, all the time. It's special. It really is. And Spreen is just massive in Argentina. The fact he's just, completely rebranded himself, and he's like Coscu said, he's the king of Argentinian streaming. He's on top, and the fact that he's, I love how essentially they're green. it's like a territory. It's like they're green. We're gonna take that. We're gonna kind of like start mapping it out. Like, all right, that person's green now. Green. Gonna keep him green as well. Like I mentioned, keep him West Coast green. Making sure he's looked after. That's the key here as well. So. Yeah, or hashtag all green. I love that. That's what we need. All green.
Hey man, that's the thing, man. Like, these guys got slept on, When you get slept on, man, it's man, boy, like, it's funny what they were saying about like the Spanish streamers, right, over in Spain, which was, look, like, they're a little scared to come over. They don't want to lose their community, yada, yada, yada. But that's the thing with LATAM, man. Like, the community is so strong, they do not care. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's the flip.
No, they don't care. It doesn't matter. They would go download like a new app every day just to watch these guys. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I don't think it's the friction of the platform. I don't think the platforms own these guys. I think that's what Kick is continuing to prove. That people who are content creators, people who are, have dedicated followings, they're not tied to a platform. The platform used to own the audience. It doesn't own the audience anymore. It is the creators. The creators own the audience. Wherever they go, the audience is going to follow them. And that's how it should be. It shouldn't be any other way. The platform shouldn't be in charge of where people stay and where you go. I think as people continue to realize this, across all markets, English especially, people have already realized this. That is, if you build a community up, you own that community and you take it wherever you're going to be best looked after. And that a platform is just a platform, and they're proving it. They're proving it, and they're seeing incredible results, and they're going to continue to see incredible results.
I mean, that dovetails with what Marco Moreau was saying from M80, right? Remember last week he was talking about like, hey, you got streamers who are outpacing the viewership of the tournament itself, or outpacing the viewership of the IP itself, right? So like you got guys like Shroud who are playing in the very Valorant tournament that he's restreaming, and he's got like 60% more viewers than the tournament, and he owns that community. So I'm just seeing a lot of parallels every time someone comes in here and starts talking about streaming and the community and it's no different than these guys. I reckon that we need to get like some MENA creators up in here, man, and because those markets are hot on the tail of North America and Latam.
No, I think MENA would be incredible. Someone like obviously like the likes of SXB or anyone else, right, for that matter. There's so many others out there who do so much justice for kick out in the broader world, just outside that English market. I know I sometimes get boxed into the thinking of what the English market thinks, but the world is much, much bigger than that, and kick is way bigger than that too. So, making sure that we stay tapped in, finger on the pulse. We don't want a situation where, like you said, they get slept on and they're going to go elsewhere. It's when you stop appreciating those different demographics, those different audiences. That's when you lose them. And as we're seeing, it is such an integral part of the success that the kick has seen thus far. And we don't want to forget about that. It's about remembering where that comes from. So, I think, it'd be great to have another kick talk with we've obviously got West Cole coming on pretty soon, which is going to be great. Again, what he did for kick, getting over 1 million viewers and what we owe to him is special. But, there's also the likes of SXB during King's Cup. He got 700,000 viewers, continues to get over 100K. Incredible. The MENA region is we talk about like Spanish being kind of like 50% maybe or whatever on kick, but like MENA region is like 100%. And that's on the back of those guys. So, bringing them on and making sure that we're looking out for them too. But, I think it all just plays into the bigger picture. It's a global platform, and it's about appeasing everyone. It's about doing the best by everybody and remembering to not forget about anyone. It's about staying tapped in, plugged into all these different input points because they're all valuable.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's got to be late for you. So if you want to wrap it up, we're cool. If not, it's totally your call, man.
I reckon we call this one a wrap. It's been an awesome episode. As always, every episode's great. I tell you what, it's banger after banger after banger. Guys, the only thing is we will have a break from Kick Talk next weekend. I'm going to be away from home, so I won't be able to make it. Andrew, unless you were going to host yourself, or we're going to give it a break?
Yeah, let me check the schedule with the wife and the family. And then, man, I would love to though. But I'm about like 70% a yes. But let me just double check with the fam. And then we're also cooking on, not only are we cooking on West Call, we're also cooking on Devin Nash, right? So we got Devin Nash is solidifying a date. Also we got Big E in the hopper that is available. And then we got a lot of calls out to some executives over at Elgato. I got a call into the OTK clan. So more to come there, but we're cooking on a lot of good stuff, man.
Man, Devin Nash will be incredible to have on. I would love to have a chat to him. He understands this industry back to front. I watched him a lot on Train's podcasts and what he does. He's such a legend. OTK, I guess, with tips out and the likes would be amazing if we could, have a good chat with them. Big E. We could talk to Big E all day. That'd be amazing too. I think we got a lot of amazing guests coming up, I think, and as we continue to just be, I like to think that for a long time that there's been disconnect between platform and creators, or platform and the communities that surround live streaming. And these simple talks sometimes bridge way more than we expect, right? Like, as we've seen, so many updates, so many changes, so much direction has been driven from good, just simple chats with, live on stream. And I like to think that every episode of these Kick Talks sets another precedent of what we're going to do. Even as we're talking to Coscu and Spreen just then about recommendations and what we're going to do there, I look forward to being able to look back and go, hey, remember we talked about that, and here it is. Not to mention a lot that has to come around the apps and the TV apps and iPhone, Android, etc. What we're going to be pulling off there. We're going to be able to say, hold on, we walk the walk. These talks are great. But yeah, we'll figure out whether next week's a go, but 100% 2 weeks from now, we're back on again. But guys, thank you very much for tuning in for Kick Talk episode 17. This was, absolute banger. We got some on the raid here. Who are we going to go ahead and raid? Of course, we're going to raid Regiment. We have to raid Regiment. They're live right now. Once again, big shout out to Entxurage for coming on. Thank you everyone for tuning in as always. I will never stop repeating this. The simple fact that get to go on every Saturday night, have people tune in to listen to me talk about something I'm so passionate about is like the biggest honor. And I can't believe that you guys are still rocking up to listen in. It is so amazing to be able to do something you love. And Andrew as well for organizing this. It's much appreciated. I know there's a lot of work that goes into making sure these episodes come to life. Guys, we're gonna raid Regiment, show them some love. We had we had an amazing chat with Entxurage today. If you didn't manage to catch the beginning of the stream, I recommend you check the VOD out. What he's doing there with the team is incredible. They've got a huge $10,000 tournament up and coming pretty soon, which is going to be great for the whole Regiment crew. We've got some work to do to help these guys get their stream team pages together. But anyway, guys, show them some love. We're going to host them, and I'll see you guys all again in 2 weeks. Have an amazing weekend, and thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm going to start this host now. Show some love to regiment.gg, guys. I'll see you all later. Have an amazing weekend.